Okay, guys, let's try to solve our next task. So for today, the following task, we have task reducing dishes. So what does it mean? A chef has collected data on the satisfaction level of n dishes. A chef can cook any dish in 1 unit of time. Like time coefficient of a dish is defined as the time taken to cook the dish included previous dish multiplied by its satisfaction level. So, for example, we have time and multiply by satisfaction level. Return the maximum sum of like time coefficient that the chef can obtain after preparing some amount of dishes. Dishes can be prepared in any order, and the chef can discard some dishes to get the maximum value. So, for example, we have this amount of dishes, and after removing the second and last dish, the maximum total like time coefficient will be equal to -1 multiplied by 1 plus 0 multiplied by 2 plus 5 multiplied by 3. Each dish is prepared in 1 unit of time. Okay. And here we actually have dish can be prepared 2, 3, 4, and here we can, people don't like dishes. All right, so we see that the preparation, like that coefficient, the maximum sum of like time coefficient that the chef can obtain. Okay, so let's try to understand. So we have some satisfaction or level of dishes, like -9, and this length of satisfaction level, so let's say so at least we have 1 and 100. And then we have also each dish, and here we can have like 2, like -1000 and +1000. Is it correct? Okay, so 500, and here is correct. All right. So we have such satisfaction, and let's imagine that we have satisfaction like -10, -8, -2, -4, 0, 1, 5, 9. And we see that here is actually dishes that we have to prepare, right? And if we will choose any dish, like first of all, I think we have to sort, right? We have to sort all these dishes, and then try to do 2 operations. With one operation, we select one dish and multiply by 1, and then select another dish and multiply by 1, and so on. So when we select some dish, we should also track what is the number, and then for each of this multiplication, we should get some results. So, for example, how it will look like. So we have -10, and we whether take this -10 or we are not taking the -10. So for -10 we have -8, And let's imagine that here we take and here we doesn't take. So when we take, we have some sum. It would be -10 multiplied by 1. If we are not taken, we have 0. Then here, so we have some sum is equal to this one. And also, let's say that we have this time. So time here would be 2, and here sum would be equal to 0 time 1 time 2. No, here it should be like still time 1. Here time 2, because yeah, we multiply and take this dish. Then again, I think each of positive values we should take, actually. So for -8, we can decide if we are taking -2. So the sum will be the previous sum. So 0 plus -10 and plus, currently it's -2 multiplied by 2. Then we have -2 here, and it means that we are not taken, and here time becomes 3. Here time becomes 3. And I don't see that we could have summarization here. So here we take plus 0, and time it's still 2. So I'm thinking, can we take summarization? So at the beginning we calculate on the left everything we take. Then we go back and something we are not taking. Yeah, so I think we can use summarization here. So in memorization, I think that it could be pair of two like element and time. So for like -8, we know the maximum sum of this element. Okay. So the logic is the following. So we are doing this backtracking and use some memorization to store these elements. And at the end, we have -10, and we return the maximum for -10. So indeed, we have to sort it. So we use array sort, and we have to sort them decrementing, not incrementing, and by default, it's actually sorting like this. Okay, so we sort it, then we have our DFS, and we return this DFS. So in DFS, we have sum, we have time, and we have this satisfaction. Okay, well, let's implement the DFS. And yeah, and we have also our memo. Memo map, it would be integer over integer. New hash map. Okay. And here we have integer sum, like current sum, integer time, and probably we also should take an element right here. Yeah, we should understand an element that we are taking, so it would be also 0. And this array of satisfaction. And here we check if, and we return actual integer. Yeah. So if map get new int over I and sum not equal to null, we return this from the map. Okay. Then if I is equal to array length, we return sum. Then we should decide if we are taking it or we are not taking it. So we take our current element, array R I is greater. Should we take 0? I think we should take equal to 0. And we have int result. Yeah, so if it's greater than 0, then definitely we always should take this element and multiply this element actually. So we should add to our result. Yeah, we should add to our result DFS call with I plus 1, sum plus, here should be RI RI multiply by time plus 1 and array. Okay. Okay, else we should do 2 DFS calls. One DFS call with max, let's say. With left and another with right. Right. Here we should add mass maximum. It means left, right. Okay. Okay. And at the end, we have to put with some, where is it? Element, yeah, element and time. So with I and time, yeah, we should put this result and return results. Okay, so with left we should take this element. So it always should be I plus 1, here as well I plus 1. The main difference is that here the sum should be sum plus this thing, and time plus 1 I. Here it should be like the previous sum, the previous time, and R. Okay, let's check. Compile error, where line 9, yeah. So all this thing we will comment. Yeah, here, new. Okay, so we have accepted, and let's submit. Time limit exceeded. All right, so we have time limit exceeded here. Hint is dynamic to find the optimal solution by solving the previous best like time coefficient and its corresponding element sum. If adding the current element to the previous best like time and its corresponding sum would increase the best like coefficients, and go ahead and add it, otherwise keep the previous best like time coefficient. All right. Okay. So when we have negative values, we should take two options. Time and I. Okay. Time and I. Yeah, and here we see that a lot of them have negative values. So it probably would be good to, to subtract them. So when we go to the negative values, we always have these two, Maybe in some cases we should not go. What if we found a first sum of all positive values, right? And then go one way further and try to check, okay, so if we will take this number and this value, would it increase our position or not? So for example here, minus 0, 5, okay. What if I will not sort it? Yeah, so if I will not sort it, its output would be like this. So I definitely have to sort them. Yeah, what if I will not sort them, but I will try what I will try to do. So I will try to find first not negative, so let's say not negative is -1, and I iterate over my array, and if is more or equal to 0, then my not negative would be equal to I, and I actually break this array. So I found. Then I can check if, let's say, while I is greater than 0, greater or equal than 0, I actually do some result, would be 0, then I do some DFS calls, and result would be, yeah, and here if this DFS, so it would be my current result, and if current result is greater than result, then I update this result with current result. Else, I just return result. And here I just return result. And what I'm doing here is actually I create a new array with not negative index. It will be a satisfaction length minus not negative index. Then I just go one by one through these elements, and here I just put this new array and not negative. Not negative minus minus. Okay. And here, new array I is would be equal to satisfaction I plus not negative. Okay. It's still time limit exceeded. Okay. Let me print this out. So I want just to print this out and check if I'm doing correctly. Here. Okay, so here. Okay. Okay, so I see that first I call this one, right? Then I call this one, and so on, and so on. And I call minus 73. Okay. Maybe I should put in my map not time, but maybe current sum. Let me check. I and 0 for 0 and 1. Yeah, what if I will put not time? But yeah, but I already spent half an hour on the check solutions. Sort. Just go. Okay. Okay, thank you very much.